Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hail, hail, the family is back together, back from his floor, Oscar Santana, where he has been laid out, because I know the deal, and people that don't have back problems don't know the deal. I had a relative that used to bring a sheet of plywood in. This before the beds became sophisticated.
Right.
And she'd bring a sheet of plywood in to put under her bed to firm up the floor. Sometimes the only way you can get comfortable is to be on a completely rigid, flat surface. And you, Oscar, have been literally sleeping on the floor. Isn't that right?
In the mortal words of your relative, Mike, pretty good, pretty good.
No, it wasn't that relative. It wasn't that relative. And I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to tell that story, but it was one of the things that hit the cutting room. It hit the cutting room floor in Las Vegas.
I have been living on my floor, and the only person in this room and on television via satellite that has seen me on my floor outside of my wife would be Robb Spiewak.
I bore witness to it yesterday, Mike, because I had to drop off some fruitcake-related paraphernalia to Shannon, and she said, you could bring it by Podcast Village, but it might be easier just to drop it by the house. Oscar's there. And I said, okay, it's relatively same distance. So I drive down his street.
Leaving the city and passing my house
passing his house anyway. So I go down his street, and miracle of miracles, there's actually a parking spot.
Shocking.
Right in front of his house, because as the suburban queen that I am, my biggest fear of all is a lack of parking in the city. I hate that. So I zip right in, get my stuff. He texts me. He says, door is open. I'm the, what did you say, the Latino on the floor?
Don't be alarmed. There's a Latino on the floor.
And so I get up, and right as I get to the door is ajar, and I don't even get a chance to knock, and I hear, come in. And he might as well be yelling from Baltimore, because it sounds that distant. He's like, come in. And I open, and I see in a very narrow room. But you know what? I will say this. Your house is lovely.
Thank you.
I've never been there. I'd never seen it except from the outside.
You've never been to his house?
No. I think up to now only Pony has, right?
Pony has.
Yeah.
So is it as small as he says it is?
It is.
Really?
Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
Yeah,
so it's a narrow room and he's on the floor?
I felt like walking sideways in there. But
the first room is the nicest room. We stopped renovating after the first room.
A wonderful first impression. And as soon as I was certain that the floorboards could hold me, I entered into the home, and I saw him wrapped like a 6-foot burrito just on the floor.
Chimichanga.
Perfectly flat. He says,
wow.
Hey!
So he's back today, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, he was alternating ice and heat. I begged him to let me do something, because you looked
You're very kind.
helpless. I said, can I make you some ramen, a cup of water, anything? And he said, no, you can go.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Well,
I've been there. I live it, and when he tells me he's got that situation going on, I dig it. I understand what's going on, and I have to refrain from going into the old person's drill that we do down in Florida, because you'll get 15 different people that have had the same malady, and they'll tell you all the things. They're like, do you have a yoga ball? Have you tried laying out over your back, bending backwards, tractioning your own back, and all that stuff? So it becomes a contest,
right?
Yeah, I've done it a lot. My back hurts today, and I know the drills that you have to go through, and you never know when it's going to go from a minor pain to something that's completely debilitating, where the nerve is pressing on your back and you can't move.
Right.
I've got a heating pad on my lower back as we speak, as we do the show today.
Got a good one? Got a good one on there?
I got the one that my mom probably used 10 years ago. That she
so
brought
they're all
over. They're all
same
the same
technology.
It's exactly
Doesn't really
the same.
matter.
It's rubber, and it's electronics, covered by rubber, covered by felt.
Exactly.
But I will say this, that I thought at 40 it was too early to have this type of problem. I was completely wrong after I talked to my doctor. My doctor said that usually athletes have this problem at this young of age, and I'm clearly not an athlete.
Yeah, but you've played a lot of sports, and you've done a lot of running, and you've done a lot of soccer, and you've done a lot of that. So that's the pounding that we're talking about.
You're genetically predisposed to it, right?
I am, because my mother and my sister both have this degenerative disc disease. I guess
my father had it, and that's why I have it. Yeah, it's hereditary.
And but look, there's light at the end of the tunnel. If I lose, he said, if you lose 25 pounds, which was kind of like, all right, I've been trying to lose 25 pounds for the last 3 years. And if I'm able to train the way that I walk and my gait.
What did he say might have been the catalyst? Was it the love doll? Did you tell him about the 50-pound love doll?
He said this usually happens after some sort of catastrophic incident, and I said I was picking something up at work that was dead weight. I did not explain to him that it was a...
Doctor, it was a latex love doll from Island Beauties.
And then when I try to explain...
And as far as being catastrophic, I thought the show was brilliant. As far from a
it was a good
catastrophe
show.
as possible.
I give the show a good 9.5.
Yeah.
I explained to our friend Clinton Yates from ESPN, because he said, what's up with your back? And I said, look, man, I know that you respect me to a certain level, but I'm just going to tell you the truth. You know the Don and Mike show. You know the Mike O'Mara show. We had a bonus show where we had one of these quote unquote real dolls. And as this is rolling off my tongue, he said, yo, bro, you're 40 years old. Enough with the real dolls. I said, no, it was really real. And if I was a single man, I probably would have purchased one.
Yeah.
But she's not holding on to you like a real person. It's dead weight.
Yeah,
Well,
and you know
you
what?
bet.
It's a good thing you didn't buy her because your wife is taking care of you. And if you're counting on that thing to
right.
take care of you while you're flat on your back, forget it.
I also
No,
said
that's not going to help.
I also said when Mike O'Mara says pick her up and put her on Robb's lap, you're not going to say no.
I know. And by the way, it is a 9.5 show. If you have not purchased the bonus show and you want to grab the last one we did, the second to last one we did,
The last week's.
it's really,
It's
really
called
worth
The
it.
Last Vertebrae.
It's really fantastic. Well, it's great to have you back.
I'm happy to be
and,
back. I missed you guys. I listened to the shows while I was gone. You guys were killing
Right.
it. Yesterday's program, I completely disagree with. All the schmaltz, all the blame.
I don't
all the
think there was that much
apologies.
schmaltz.
Oh my God! If I was here, I'd set fire to the room.
That's
Well,
a good
I-
thought. Thank you, Oscar.
I don't think there was that much schmaltz. I thought there was a
there's
little schmaltz.
I thought there was a lot of honesty.
Yeah. You know.
I'm kidding. I just hate the fact
What
that
was that? What am I hearing? Is somebody like drilling into the wall?
Mike,
or
we've
something?
got a new attachment for the real doll.
Mike, that's what it sounded like. I heard a vibration in the background.
It's
there.
on my lower back.
I think it might have been a dump truck.
What I thought about yesterday's program. A lot of people are talking about yesterday's show.
Yeah, there was a
Thursday's
lot of
show
buzz.
probably,
A lot
whenever
of
you're listening to
buzz.
this.
Yeah. Mhm.
And what I loved hearing was the honesty that came, the realness that came from the show that was not contrived. It was not planned out. And to listen to it as a listener instead of being a participant really
Right.
gave me a whole new perspective on two things. One, the bond that you two will have had over almost going on 30 years.
Right.
And the fact that when I call in, Pony hates me so much that he put my volume level so low that I sounded like I was at the bottom of the
Oh
toilet.
no, really?
Well, I
It-
texted
did we-
Pony. He fixed it, but I certainly know that was done on purpose, and I got an eye on you, Pony boy.
Pony,
You
are
know
you
it.
still monitoring the show every day? Are you listening to the whole
he
show?
is. He
Absolutely.
is.
All right,
It's either
very
that or I wasn't projecting.
Well, you
All
were
right,
flat
well,
on
you-
your back.
I
It
was
sounded
flat-
a mile
I
away.
was flat on.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Touch me.
You were not energetic when
No.
we talked to you
You
yesterday.
were not
so,
vigorous. You had a good. You had a pair of shows with unenergetic partners yesterday because you also
Yeah.
had political persuasions.
Yeah,
What's
Freights
going on
was
with
sick.
Freights?
Freights
Sinus
was sick.
infection?
And I got angry Freights.
Yeah,
What?
you did.
Oh, I got bitter, angry Freights. He
Oh,
is
no.
not. He is a whining baby
Was
when
he
gets sick.
here or at home?
No, he
was
was
at
at his
home.
house with bedhead.
You know what I had? You know,
Why, and by the way, is there? I know we haven't monetized it yet, and folks, I appreciate the people that are listening to Political Persuasions. If we can figure it out, I'd love to keep doing it. And if we keep doing it, and he's doing it from his house, you would have seen his bedhead. But we don't have the video
Component.
We don't have the video component
we
to
can
put it
capture
up.
both of them technically.
I'd like to do that.
Okay.
if
Yeah.
he's doing it from his house,
I will
I'd like
fight
to do it.
for that.
oh,
I'm
it
glad
is
to
gonna.
have
That's
you
gonna.
back.
That's
Yeah.
gonna
Nobody
drive
told
him
me
crazy.
that yesterday. Nobody said
I will
that
fight for
yesterday.
that, Mike.
He,
right, that's good.
The thing that I like the most is when you called him on it and he says, I don't want to show you my house. I don't even want to see you today. And then I just had the one overwhelming thought, and I listened very
I don't
carefully.
want to see you today.
Yeah, Rob doesn't see us, right? You,
No,
you
I
hear
can't
us
see you. I just am totally
when you're
listening.
producing that show.
Yes.
But I listen intently, and I think my very, very favorite moment is when I just realized, oh my God, the most unhappy person in the world this very moment is Mrs. Freights because she has
Right.
to live with that whining baby.
Yeah, I thought about that. I really did. I thought about all men. He's a classic man. Well,
This is
I'm in
Frank,
the same.
the widow
I'm in the same
Frank.
category. I'm in the same category. He's a classic dude when he gets sick, and you know, because he didn't sound all that sick, but you could tell he's like with the slurring speech.
No, I called him. I called him
at
at the when we do a little session after the show when we do a promo, and I
Right.
said, "Well, I hope you're feeling better." He says, "Did it show?" And I said, "Here was your voice pattern for the entire broadcast." And I said, "You covered it well, but I listen every week, so I notice that when you're sick, you tend to talk like this."
Yeah,
That was
he did.
his
He
entire
did.
delivery.
When did he go off on you?
One of our usual political
18
things.
minutes, 26 seconds, I think.
When I accused him of false equivalency, when he was saying, you know, when I was talking about the people I talk about being
Yes,
bad, and he said,
yes.
well, the other people were bad too, and I said, I'm not going to deal with your false equivalency, and then he started screaming. It was great. It was fantastic.
I
a
love-
magical energy, really.
It was wonderful.
That's what's great when people play hurt. Look, there's both sides. You may not get the best broadcaster out of the person, but the odds that they will derail are probably in the 70th percentile.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you know, some of our
And he
best
didn't
shows
direct.
ever.
He was there. It was just I knew it because I see him every week, and
He's
I know
sensitive to it.
the patterns. I bloviate and scream and yell. That's my job on the show. He doesn't do it that much. He's always Mr. Control, and it was really fun to as Rob will tell you, almost see those true colors come through.
They came very
but,
close to the surface.
Yeah, he came right to the almost. I say, okay, Mr. Objective. Okay, Dana Perino.
Speaking to-
all right, there we go.
Speaking to what Oscar
Siree.
said about-
I'll never forgive him for that Fox appearance. But
Playing-
anyway, that's all right.
speaking to what Oscar said about playing hurt, we've always known this is that although it's a real rough go to come in and do a show hungover, hangover shows are great because
Those
it's
are
like
fun.
it's like 4
Right.
layers of filter
Those
are
fun.
gone.
Well, when you have
Hangover shows are better than drunk shows.
but the pain, I guess, when you have pain, whether it be post-op or pre-op or
I have
you're
pain.
hurt, yes.
I have pain.
But-
I have pain, but it's not physical pain.
Okay,
I have emotional pain.
you're scarred emotionally.
What
I
made-
do.
Yes.
I do. I've been in
Why?
I've been in a
Why-
depression.
Why and how? Why and how?
Well, you listened to yesterday's show. I'm a little bummed about it. I'm a little bummed. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little hurt. I'm a little bummed.
I
I'm a
thought
little bummed.
yesterday's show was just another layer to what is the Spiewak cake. Like that, we don't have the topper for the cake yet. We're still getting to the bottom.
I was fine yesterday. I was fine about 7:00 last night. I stopped being fine.
What happened?
I really stopped being fine. I was sad.
Oh,
I was bummed.
Were you
I was
sad?
bummed.
Were you sad about the way that people were responding in
No.
a positive manner?
That's normal.
Online?
That's no. They were responding in a positive and a negative manner.
Oh, I
and
didn't
that's
see the
normal.
negative. I didn't see the
No, that's
negative.
normal.
I saw
No,
the
there are a few
positive.
people just saying that. I get that all the time. So that's very
Well, you
normal.
s-
And all I care about is that they're talking about it.
Yes.
I want them to be talking about the show.
Right.
That's not that I Rob would agree that we didn't do that with a premeditated idea of getting listeners, but if they're not talking about you and they're not talking about the content of the show, then we're doing something wrong. And that's the first thing for me. And then I move into the people that'll throw darts at me and throw
Right,
darts at
we're-
Rob. No darts at Rob that I saw, but plenty of darts at me. And it was,
I got
but that's
darts,
okay. That
and I
comes with
wasn't
the
even
territory.
there. It was the
I know
day
you get
I
darts all the
wasn't
time.
there, man.
Well, you were kind of involved in the discussion, but about 7:00, I realized that
Well, I would.
It is what it is.
I can't put myself in your shoes. But if I were
Right.
you, I would.
I've got to move past
I
it.
would assume that the hurt would be that after all these years, you and all the ways that you have supported the team overall. And again, if you're just listening rather than you're confused, please hit pause and listen to
Listen to the
yesterday's
shows in
show,
order, yes.
and then
You
come
gotta
back
catch
to this.
up. Yeah,
you
it's
gotta
a
catch
serial
up.
program,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. So
Serial.
So hit pause, then listen to this show. But what I would say without spoiling anything, and we haven't talked about this, so it's not a spoiler, is as I listened to that program, I felt like you've got two guys who've been working, like I said earlier, for almost 30 years together. You have interpersonal relationships that have grown and have contracted on both sides. I think our relationship, or your relationship with you and Carla, and I'm talking about Rob and Carla,
Right.
has grown, especially with the program. And I feel like the opposite is happening with Carrie. Now, I thought Mike was gracious enough to really step up and say, okay, yes, there are times that he has treated you in a different manner than he's treated the rest of the team. And that's not, look, I wasn't expecting to hear that from Mike, but I also feel like.
No, but I certainly understood.
Yeah,
I understood it when I meant what I said
and you
yesterday.
meant what you said.
And I still mean what I said.
I heard it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also felt like, on Mike's end, after laying himself bare and saying, look, man, I want to repair this, like there's probably part of him and it would be me as well to say, am I vaping into the nether? Is
No,
there
far
nothing
from it.
happening?
No, far from it.
Or did this really land with my friend Robb?
This landed more than you know.
Okay,
with
please.
Me. Yeah, I mean, it was, again, this was not anything that we had any intention of discussing when we started the show yesterday. What you heard happen on the show yesterday happened absolutely organically, and I was really touched and surprised with the.
Well, this
words
is
that
what
were
I
said.
heard last night. This is what I heard, and I was expecting to maybe hear something. This is what I heard last night. That's what I heard last night. I didn't hear anything. And that's what made me
I
sad.
did hear.
Well,
I did hear during the program.
I said I didn't expect it. I didn't expect to hear from anybody.
I did speak with her about it yesterday. She is going to listen to the show. I didn't get home until close to 7 o'clock last night.
That is a true story because I saw him around 5:30.
And there's stuff to do when I get home, and I didn't need a lot of chance to sit down and speak with Carrie and
Well,
spend
you know
time with
how
her.
I work. I'm kind of a now guy, and I understand
I know,
that.
but this
and
is
I'm
also
I'm
this
a
is the-
fixer, and I like to fix stuff.
And we
but I
can
also
fix
said,
this.
and I made it clear, and I still reiterate that I do not expect to hear from anybody about it, but I have to be honest and say that when I don't, maybe I'm not. Did we lose video here?
I think
No,
we're
we're back.
back.
We're back
We're
now.
back.
We're back now.
All right,
We're
very
back
good.
now.
So yeah, it was. I don't know. I felt
it hit me hard yesterday. A lot of really important and powerful things were said to me that meant a lot to me. And I sat down with Carrie last night and I said, I need you to listen to this episode because some stuff was said that I think is going to be very important to you and very important that you hear it. And I think you're going to really appreciate the tone and the message that was conveyed. And I'm not going to stand and watch you listen to it and make it awkward like
God,
that.
I feel like Rob. I feel like I'm fishing, and I hate that. I
No,
really,
Mike, this
really,
is- I don't-
really hate that. I really didn't.
No,
you know,
I
I'm
feel
glad
that.
to
I
hear.
asked.
I'm glad
I
to hear.
asked.
I know,
You didn't
but
ask.
it makes me feel. It makes me feel weird.
You mustn't.
But with that said, I'm grateful that you did that, and I'm glad that.
I
that
was
happened.
wondering. I'm
glad.
asked.
But
Yeah, I'm
also,
just curious.
it's bringing that to you is almost a non-story. That's why I didn't bring it up. I wanted to have something to tell you when I had it attached to it.
It's more you than it is, you know that. I mean, it's knowing what's happening in your world, and
want you to be happy as well.
You know, that's what I care about.
kind
And
of.
with everything I said yesterday, I hate to do this to people that didn't hear yesterday's show, but you'll have to listen to yesterday's show with that. With that said, it's not essential in anybody's job where you're not working with the partners,
Right.
But in our particular line of work, our partners intersect because we talk about our
Part of
lives
the fabric, yes.
constantly. So at least weekly, you'll hear probably something that involves our lives or our home life or that. So that's where it differs, and that's where
I
it is
understand.
important. So that's
and
why
you're not.
it was
And
where it
I will
was.
say in your defense, you are not fishing.
I
Oscar brought it up, and I
feel like a
volunteered it.
listener. Like I feel like I got to figure out what the hell's going on
And
here.
I mean,
I just got here.
We got a lot of things going on right now, fruitcakes included, and it was just not. I didn't have the hours in the day yesterday to advance it as far as I wanted to,
Rob,
and I wish I could.
And this isn't on you. I literally didn't know that was the case. I just remember hearing that, and I'm like, man, if I was in your shoes, if I can put myself in your Birkenstocks, I would say that
I'm wearing tennis shoes
You
today because
are.
it's cold.
because
Chilly-
of the
it's
snow.
chilly. Yes.
We're going to get to that later in the
Chilly
show. the
outside.
snow.
Yeah, I did have to walk in the snow barefoot yesterday. That sucks.
I would have glided out of the studio hours afterwards because I know we got a lot going on, and I know you guys have been working hard. So thank you for that. I would have glided out of the studio, and I would have driven home. Not because I'm a narcissist, would have probably listened back to that show and realized, damn, like after all this time and whatever interpersonal strife there has been, this is like a breakthrough.
Oh yeah, huge.
And I'm not one to listen to shows that I'm on. It's just that's not who I am. That's probably not the best practice for any broadcaster. But
I don't do it.
I stopped years ago because there were certain things that I just didn't like about listening to a show over again.
Right.
But listening to you two talk about what you talked about reminded me of why I love shows like this, that they just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, and with Rob, in Rob's case, I've known him a long time, and he's known me a long time, and we read each other's cues pretty well. And I know that was hard for him to do. I also felt I needed to keep at it until we got the answer, and I kind of felt satisfied with that at the end, and I still do. With that said, my goal through all of it, and maybe I need to state this again, is to fix a situation that might be problematic.
Yeah.
And whether
And
that
no one
happens or
wants
not,
that
I
more
don't
than me
know.
as well. I mean,
Well,
I
whether
want
with
that.
two of us,
Three of us.
and three of us.
Stay out of it,
that,
Oscar.
I think that's with three of us.
Good to be back.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you're gonna have to go back and listen to yesterday's show. And we're not trying to do this to goose our numbers, but if it helps,
No.
it helps. But you know what? At the end of the day, yesterday, because you and I are different people, you and I live differently. I would have been. I just would have been at least. It's communication. It's never been something that you do, and I get that. That's the way you roll. And it probably didn't feel the same to you as it did to me last evening.
Please
where
know.
It's been on my mind for 24 hours.
It has been
because
top of mind all day since it happened.
That's
But-
that. And look, I don't expect you to change the way you communicate, but at the same time, and you answered me. You said you didn't want to tell me anything without anything to tell. But I think hopefully more communication down the road.
hope so.
I have
I
an
hope so.
idea, and you guys can shut me down again.
All right, let's turn his mic off now. All right. There we go. Okay.
Hello.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
What about this?
Oh no. I see. I don't like this either.
Yeah, I don't either. This is going to
A
be
fireside chat with 10 lucky listeners as they watch Carrie and Rob listen to the episode in Podcast Village.
Yeah. Terrific idea. That's
I think
wonderful.
it's a
I'm glad
really-
he's back.
it's a really
you don't
great
sound
idea.
like you're all medicated up, so that's good. But no, that's not going to happen.
No, we
you know
can
what?
do. We
But I
have
still-
room. We have space.
How about this
Yeah.
suggestion? At the end of today's program, when Oscar leaves the studio, I
Yes.
trip him.
There you go. And he falls down the
Trip
stairs.
me, you want to hurt me again?
Permanently.
Exactly.
Permanently injuring his back. That's
I'll
that's the
wheel
way that goes.
myself in here.
Sorry for that's good. I'm glad we took care of
took
that.
care of
Now
that.
I know what's going on. And stay tuned, obviously, because it is on the air, and I think we owe the listeners kind of updates on what's going on. But you are a very
shall know.
busy man. You're a very busy baker. We have to cover that. And when we come back, I promise you, we will have the last moment of seriousness. But there's something I need to say, and some wishes I need to send out to our friends in Northern California and California in general. And we'll do that when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show as we constantly seek closure on this program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
What's his problem?
It's Lieutenant Hurwitz. Severe shell shock. Thinks he's Ethel Merman.
You'll be swell. You'll be great. Gonna have the whole world on a plate. Starting here, starting now. Honey, everything's coming up right.
War is hell.
The stewardess said both pilots.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Doctor, I've checked everyone. Mr. Stryker's the only one.
What flying experience have you had?
Well, I flew single-engine fighters in the Air Force, but this plane has 4 engines. It's an entirely different kind of flying, altogether.
It's an entirely different kind of flying.
Besides, I haven't touched any kind of plane in 6 years.
Dr. Rumek says the sick people are getting worse and we're running out of time.
I've got to concentrate. I've got to concentrate. Hello? Echo. Pinch hitting for Pedro Borbon. Manny Mota.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. Johnny, how much more coffee?
No thanks.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Robb Spiewak, Oscar
Johnny.
Santana.
Johnny.
And now,
Johnny's my favorite.
From his office chair, here's Mike.
And point of order, I did some research. Manny Mota and Pedro Borbon never played on the same team at the same time.
Oh, both West Coast teams, I believe.
They are.
I could be right
yes.
about that. We are live from the Podcast Village studios in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. The Mike O'Mara Show, or TMOS to our friends, is a worldwide podcast and radio show with a family of listeners who are unrivaled in their love and support for their program. If you're a first-timer, sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained. For our longtime friends, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for spreading the word every day about TMOS. From Portland, Maine to Spokane, Washington, from Washington, D.C. to Sacramento, California, from Botswana to Tokyo, the Mike O'Mara Show is on now, and brought to you by, appropriately enough, our NorCal realtor, the ding-dong daddy himself, Alex Papp, who's up there. We're going to talk about Northern California in a second here. If you are a Northern Californian, Alex Papp loves you too. He wants you to buy a home. Analysts predict that interest rates will rise by the end of the year. So right now is the best time to buy. Let Alexander Papp show you how. See what Papp has on tap. Alexander makes it easy, from finding your perfect home to writing an aggressive offer, working through the home inspections, and even finding you the best lender for your loan and pre-approval. Alexander Papp is rated 5 out of 5 stars on Zillow, Trulia, and Realtor.com. Stop looking at homes online. Give Alex a call on his personal cell phone, 916-276-2129, 916-276-2129. You can rap with Papp. He's licensed in the entire state, but focuses exclusively on Northern California, from Redding to Chico to Truckee. Some of those areas really, really going through it right now. You'll scream his praises from the peaks of Mount Shasta. Or if you don't feel like NorCal yodeling, shut your yap and clap for Papp. Stop renting. Alex, the NorCal Realtor, today, 916-276-2129, BRE 019-86031, Prado Real Estate. It's a snap with Papp. And because we're talking about Northern California, I really don't think we spent any time at all talking about what we should be talking about, and that is the just amazing, abysmal, horrible tragedy of the Camp Fire out in Northern California, with an entire town, Paradise, California, north of Sacramento, right next to Chico, just wiped out. Years ago, when Don and I were syndicated, and we started our syndication, we had markets around the country, scattered, kind of medium markets, medium to small markets. One of the larger markets we had was Sacramento, California. What we didn't anticipate was that, and this is a true story, that the listener base in the greater Sacramento area would not only match, but in some cases eclipse the fan base that we had in Washington, D.C. We were so popular out there, we couldn't believe it. We did a live show out in at the Sacramento Valley Amphitheater with 10,500 people. It was the height of my career. I don't mind telling you that. It was an amazing turnout that we had. It was an amazing following. And sometimes because for most of my career, I lived in the Washington, D.C. area, and now I'm down here in Florida, you geographically become a little desensitized to events that happen around the country. And I have to be mindful of the fact that there are people that live in these parts of the country ravaged by these tragedies that listen to me every single day. And I wanted to say, for the people that are out there dealing with this, and from everybody that might be dealing with the unimaginable tragedy of losing one of the 63, to the people that are in the greater Sacramento area that are experiencing air quality that's bordering on dangerous. I just feel for you folks out there that a campfire could have started this wildfire
Hundreds
that burned
missing.
so much.
Yeah.
Unbelievable tragedy. And I spent a good long time with it yesterday, looking at the drone footage of the aftermath, primarily the aftermath, and to look at a neighborhood that appears to have been a magnificently beautiful place to live, and it's now ash and melted plastic on automobiles and foundations and chimneys, and looking at even the odd things about seeing an evergreen tree that doesn't appear to be damaged next to this neighborhood that's just burned out, and then looking at some of the fire footage, which was just, I can't imagine, with that fire and the oxygen that drives it, with the winds it's just so horrible. And then seeing the stories about brave people that drove through fire to the point where their headlights, the plastic on their cars and headlights, was melted off. Yeah. It is not, I think we pay attention to the wrong things in America. And, hurricanes make a really big splash and get a lot of attention. And we talked about that when it happened. And I've been through those, but it's just, my heart goes out to those folks. And over the weekend, I'll get together with all the guys and we'll figure out a number to put up when we can get clear-headed about.
We'll put the link up on the site, on the website.
Put the link up on the site to
donations.
Help out people who have literally lost everything. Even when you're dealing with a hurricane, you look at Mexico Beach, Florida. That's devastated. But you're not talking about the loss of life that we have with this. And I feel for those people. And when I said Paradise, let me look at a map, let me make sure. And I'm like, oh God, how have I not mentioned this yet? To the people that are living this. I love the people of that area. They have come over the mountains to see us in Reno and supported our live shows, and they buy our merchandise and they celebrate TMOS, and they're good fans. And I just wanted to say my heart's out to all you folks out there. I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of you today, and I'll be thinking about you for a while.
Mike, completely unprecedented. You mentioned the how fast these fires are moving.
It's all the wind.
Yesterday on the news, they had the chief on, and one of the primary first responders. He said the playbook to contain these fires, because of how fast they've moved, has completely been rewritten. They have to rewrite.
Well, they're kind of making it up as they go.
They have to rewrite how they would attack anything like this in the future, God forbid.
Yeah, it's and there. I was watching a story about the fighting these fires requires a lot of money, and there's a lot of that. And look, I'm glad you brought that up, because it just made me think of the phenomenal bravery of the firefighters that are out there putting their asses on the line every single day. Once again, I don't know if we pay attention to the right things. But when you're talking about, it says here, the very latest from CNN, more than 600 people reported missing.
Wow.
This is going to be something that no one's going to be able to believe when it's all said and done. The death toll continues to rise, and it will. It's just so sad, and there are so many people that are living this every single day and dealing with this. Not just the people that lost everything, but the people that have come in to fight this. And so many people displaced. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that they're being looked for. That's happening too out there in this area, and it's just incredible. The 911 calls and everybody dealing with this, and the speed that this fire goes through. The Camp Fire, now the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in the state. It's left 63 people dead, destroyed 9,700 homes. Wow. Think about that number. It has scorched 141,000 acres. And it's, I think, only about halfway contained now. So please think of those people today when you're dealing with the snowstorm, or you're dealing with the threat of severe weather. It's just horrible, and it's not time to blame. It's not time to do any of that. It's time to help, support, and figure out what you can do for people.
Donate.
Just
donate.
Terrible. Yeah. So
donate.
It's terrible. And statewide, 66 deaths, because down in Malibu, they've got some problems down there too. God, that's tough. The winds come into, I'm not from that area, so I don't know what it really is, with that intensity of wind, but that's what does it. That's the fuel that fans all of these fires out west. And I say my very best to those people out there. So hang in there. We're thinking of you on the Mike O'Mara Show. We'll take a break, and then we will come back and we will talk fruitcake.
Yes,
fruitcake,
because
big
it's
weekend.
Baking. It's big baking weekend when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
When things are big, that should be small.
It's Political Persuasions.
Hey, it's Chris Fritz with Political Persuasions. This week, Mike and I talk about the slow-rolling blue wave. CNN sues the president to protect your freedom of speech, and McConnell blocks a vote to protect Mueller. Plus, I dropped the F-bomb for the first time. Tune in.
You can download Political Persuasions at politicalpersuasions.com.
There he
iTunes,
goes. He
Stitcher,
did.
and
He
wherever
did.
fine podcasts are found.
After he
got the
voiced that
F-bomb.
promo, I said, well, I'm listening based on that.
Oh, I love that. Hey, coffee fans, listen to this.
Yum.
It's the best time of year for a great cup of coffee. Whether you're a coffee nerd or just someone who loves a great cup, you need Trade Coffee. Remember that name. Trade partners with 50 of the best roasters in the United States and features over 400 unique coffees that they deliver right to your door. Even better, your coffee is roasted only after you order it. This is my favorite part.
Yes.
Once you order it, that's when they roast the stuff, so it's super deluxe fresh. It'll be the freshest coffee you've ever tasted. Trade has the coffee you need. Well, of course they do. They've got 400 unique coffees. Come on.
Come on.
If you're a coffee novice, never fear. Just go to drinktrade.com. This is what they do. They have a simple 6-question quiz, and they have an algorithm that will match you up with the perfect coffee for your palate.
That's my favorite part of it. Because
As
you
Ina
take
Garten
this
would
quiz.
say, how do you not like that? Yeah, you take a quiz.
And they give you
your
a
coffee preference.
recommendation of what you like. They sent me some beans that made the best cup of coffee I've ever had because it's exactly what I like.
That's
Based on the
cool.
test,
That's cool beans.
That's cool beans, Mike.
Perfect coffee, perfectly matched to you, and as fresh as can be. Perfect is easy at drinktrade.com. Trade Coffee is so excited for you to give them a try. They're going to knock 50% off any bag of coffee when you place your first order. Just go to drinktrade.com and use promo code TMOS. Remember that promo code TMOS, and you get half off a bag of coffee on your first order at drinktrade.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome back to the show. How is your back holding up during the program, Oscar?
It's pretty good. This is the longest I've sat in.
Do you want to
5
lie
days?
down? Do you want to recline?
No, but it reminded me of.
You did a little move where you looked a little, just slightly uncomfortable there. You look like I do when I have a bad back.
What I
You're
would
kinda
like
sitting flush.
is
Yes.
for Pony to come here and adjust my heating pad.
Pony, can you do that, please?
If that's
we have
possible.
Rob, can we get some Pony adjusting the heating pad music, please?
I
we
believe
can,
so. Hold on.
Let me see who'll find it first. Let me see what I've got here. Hold on just a second. I'm going to try to find it.
Right now it's below my crack. I need it above my crack. Yes, thank you.
No, let's just...
Oh, much better. Yes.
You want to go that way?
Now I'm going to hold myself up, reach down gently behind my back, and then pull it up. Yes, but I don't want those bony fingers on my vertebrae.
Yeah, because you're
Right, ready? Remember,
your fingers are like daggers, Pony.
3, 2, 1.
Pull it, reach in there. Reach in there. Get
in there, get in there.
When you reach into a heating pad that was once a pile
it's
of
not
goo.
in my underwear. It's the blue thing, you jerk. The blue thing underneath my butt. Oh my God.
That's not right.
Thank you.
Well, they're the same ones that I have.
The man literally put 2 digits down my crack. You might want to wash your
I
hands.
like this.
Very nice.
I did
Heating
shower this
pad,
morning.
heating pad, heating pad.
All right, welcome back to the
By the way,
program.
I'm writing a complaint because he just did something sexual to
Oh,
me.
me too.
Oh, yeah, we're a small operation, but we have sexual harassment policies.
Okay, look.
Why was he wearing a robe?
I want to clarify here.
Yes.
For those of you not watching YouTube, shame on you. I don't think a Pony doesn't know about certain things. He doesn't know about air travel. He doesn't know about passports. He doesn't know about
Relationships.
medications. He doesn't know about anything. What he does know about is podcasting. One thing he definitely doesn't know about is what a heating pad looks like. I have a full heating pad that is turned on my back.
With a
Now, are you
wire and
supposed to
everything.
ice? Are you supposed to ice too?
I
after
iced
a
this
certain
morning.
amount of time?
I iced this morning, so we're.
I thought it was 20 on, 20 off. That's what I've always.
I'm going showtime on, showtime off, right?
Okay,
so,
all right, you can do that. I don't buy that 20 minute thing.
What I had done to me by my colleague and friend was the most intimate thing that's happened to me in the last 2 weeks.
He literally
actually
Pony
touched
looked.
skin?
Well, Pony looked behind him, and there is
was nothing back
Pony. Just one moment. You'll have a moment, maybe, but there is a thick gauged electrical cord.
Yes.
Leading to the heating pad behind Oscar, who is seated in a chair.
I get it. I know what a heating pad is. Thank you.
Well,
Yes,
that's
I
the
know what it
thing.
is.
Pony does it because he said move the heating
He
pad.
lifted up my shirt and then went down the back of my pantaloons to my underwear and was looking for something above my crack of my
He was looking
underwear.
for the band to the thong.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? He didn't find anything because all I felt was bony fingers.
Why does this
on my
heating
butt.
pad have a crack down the middle of it?
And then I had to explain to him that the pad is the big blue furry thing that is right there, not underneath my pants.
You had to realize, Pony, you had to realize there was something that shouldn't be there, something that was out of the ordinary, and that would be the heating pad.
Team player, though.
All right,
team player.
Getting back to you, because we had a lot of heavy stuff we had to deal with at the beginning of the show. Getting back to you.
I'm heavy.
What exactly did your physician say? You had mentioned to me when we texted that there's PT involved, physical therapy. What does the doctor say once the inflammation calms down? What does he think you're going to do? Because there are a lot of people with back pain out in our audience that I know have opinions, myself included, about this.
I was privy to a machine that I've never seen in my life before. It's X-ray 360, where you are standing and you don't have to wear the thing you place when you go to the dentist. I'm used to that big leg.
You play Fortnite on that?
Well, you could. That's what it looks like.
X-ray 360.
And you're holding on to. They give you a pole to hold on to, or the actual machine to brace yourself.
Yeah, they do.
And the X-ray circles around you.
Okay.
Right.
Which I right away knew. I was like, this is gonna be expensive. As it's going around, but what it does,
you have to hold your hands up like at an airport.
I actually hold them up above the machine because it hurt too much to hold them up above at that time. What he showed me afterwards was fascinating. It's your skeleton, but not in it's in 3D. It's actually moving.
They're
the
noisy
time.
too. I've been in them before.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have a tape of one. They're noisy. This is what they sound like. Sorry.
And totally covered in hair.
By the way,
I watched it with my kid the other night. Star Wars.
Which one? The first one? Episode 4?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was the first. It said Star Wars, and then it had an extra name on it because I'm not
A New
part
Hope?
of the. Yes. You're into it. I'm not into it. Why did they throw A New Hope? Just to confuse me with all the different
because
Star
they
Wars
know that all
movies?
the idiots are out there going to buy it again. They'll buy it again. Buy it again with a new name.
I wanted him to see the original, and why he put the new title on it. It confused me, but that was the one where they blow up the Death Star at the end. That's the original.
Great, and I bet he loved it.
He did. He's already talking about
That's
Star Wars
cool.
stuff. It's kind of
Nice.
cool. So
That's
I'm into
very
it.
cool. Very
I thought it was a big bag of okay. Talk about the definitive overrated film. Anyway, go
But
ahead.
for a 30-year-old
And everyone
film,
agrees with you, Mike.
a 30
No one likes that movie.
a 30-year-old film held up for a
40.
little kid.
Yeah, it did. It
Right.
did. It's so. I just find it so jive.
Speaking of old and not holding
Sorry.
up.
Well,
my
Mark
bad.
Hamill, not a good actor.
No,
He's really
not
bad.
at all.
The movie's
really
great,
terrible.
but Mark Hamill
A great
sucks.
skater, bad actor.
That's Dorothy
Yeah.
Hamill.
Okay,
I
sorry.
love Chewbacca though. Love Chewbacca, and I love the bar scene.
I can't believe Chewbacca didn't find work outside the series.
Okay, go ahead. Back to your back. I'm sorry.
Well,
The 360
it's
X-ray. I'm
fine.
trying to figure out what your physical therapy.
The doctor starts showing me my vertebrae and how it's not aligned, and how my hips are off. And I said, I've heard for some time now that I've had hip issues. In the morning, I don't think I've actually discussed this on the air. For some time now, I do exercises to loosen my hips
Yeah, he does.
before I even come to work. And
Would you put your knees together, lie flat on the floor, and rock back and forth?
Exactly. And
Yeah,
hip
that's
thrusts.
a good one. I did that today. It hurt my back.
So I've been doing that for the past, well, I wouldn't say 6 months, just to make sure that I had good mobility during the day. And
That's a good thing. That's going to help you, probably.
it's going to help me until the real doll shows up on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
I'm not
You're
bracing myself for what was needed.
Yeah, because it's a big deal. They say it. Use the lift with your legs. Don't
Yes.
lift with your back.
Yeah.
That's because it can really. It's that finicky. It's that difficult.
What was
It really
great
is.
about the doctor, he said, I know you're in pain right now, so I won't give you all the details, but it looks like you do have a compacted disc, the L5. And he said, this is something that will eventually need surgery, but I believe with PT, we can get you past into the new year so we can reevaluate.
Can it be laser like a
we did not,
non-invasive
we did
procedure?
Not, I was in such pain, Mike. I didn't even ask him about I said, let's just get to the next step. Let's get better. Now, the exercises they give you, like tummy time, which I thought was just for little kids.
What's tummy time?
It's on PBS every morning at 8:30.
It's when you. It's when you.
Thank you, Rob.
It's when you.
All right, thank you.
When you lay on your stomach, and you take your gaze to the ceiling and back. You're basically realigning your neck the entire time.
Okay. All right. I might try some of these today. Before I go
and
out
then
hit the links for my regular Friday gathering. Sorry, winter people.
Take some of the neighbor's money, Mike.
Another was the usual what I call child pose, but for yoga.
Yeah,
they have an iteration of that because
the Cobra.
The Cobra, but I can't do the Cobra yet because it's too painful.
It's too painful
what
to
I
do the
can
Cobra.
do,
and the Cobra's too expensive.
Is they taught me how to stand up without the awkward way that I used to stand up in the past 4 days, which is one leg, then second leg, then stand up.
Out of bed? You mean getting out of bed?
Getting up from the floor or out of bed.
Up from the floor,
yeah. It was just terrible. It was
How
painful.
do you stand up when you're getting up from the floor?
If you're hurt, I brace myself on whatever furniture's around.
There you go. By the way, that's my version of normal.
Okay.
And Mike, that is actually, some people call it the Cobra, but it's also known in circles as the Tony Diggs.
The Tony Diggs. That's right. Brace yourself on anything. No, I go into like the crawl, the on all fours position before I get up, and then find something to haul myself
bingo.
up. That's it.
Bingo.
Yeah,
that's a bingo.
That's what
I have to do that.
Well, that's what I have to currently
way.
do right now in the state of pain and inflammation I'm in. But I have to get on all fours, then teeter back, and then look up towards the sky, and then stand up with my core, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty tough.
What's the prognosis? I believe within 3 weeks I'll be back to normal. I do believe that this has a lot to do with weight gain. As I got on the scale, I am 196 right now.
You too?
Yeah.
You know what? I gained 1 point. I gained 1.2 pounds yesterday. Thank you, Special K with berries.
Do you know I'll be dead for 4 years and I still won't weigh 196?
I know.
As he was kind enough to mention, he said, "You will, regardless of how well and how fit you become, you will need surgery in your later years. But you could fight that off depending on how you decide to move from here on."
That's a pretty good optimistic outlook.
Which is good.
I to date have thrown 21 deck chairs off of the Titanic. I have lost 21 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Yes.
What a dumbass!
I'm not a dumbass.
Oh, that's
Stop
good.
it. I've done that, and it is a huge deal. But it's
Do you
nice
feel
to
the
have,
difference though?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I think at 30 pounds I'll feel the difference more. I really do. When you're as big as I am, 30 pounds is the amount of weight where you really say, okay, things are changing.
We need a little background here.
Yes.
How many deck chairs are on your deck?
Currently,
yes,
I'm in the 290 range.
Ooh.
Well, you know what though? It feels so good when it starts with a 2.
A super
it's
liner.
so much better when it starts.
But
with
it's
2.
not. But that's why I have to. I'm right now. I want to get some space between me and the nasty number. And what it is you just have to be aware. And all I'm doing is I'm doing our program. We have a sponsor.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's new.
Yeah.
That we're going to be telling you more about, and I use that behavior modification, and then I'm also doing something like counting calories and watching what I eat, and I'm trying to ride a couple 3 times a week, about 10 miles on the bike, and then I'm outside every day. It's not real exercise in my opinion, but it's doing something that's moving my body, which is playing golf.
I believe the sponsor is going to help.
Excellent.
Is going to help all of us. I will say that what I didn't account for was it Tuesdays or Wednesdays? Depression. You get depressed.
Depression's huge.
You get really
depression is
depressed.
huge because we eat our feelings.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We eat our feelings.
It was
right,
so. I'm a pretty optimistic person.
Would you like a really great cheat? That is calorie friendly, not calorie friendly, but it is an amazingly satisfying fatty confection that I go to. It's not low in calorie, but it's also to me a lot of bang for the buck, and it beats doing the alternative with this product that is tons of calories, and that is that Ben and Jerry's pint slice.
Yes, it's a very good payoff.
It's enough concentrated badness, and it gets you your fix. Now, if you dive into a pint, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's low fat, lightweight. There is no such thing. You dive into one of those pints, there's nothing you can do. But if you have a little pint slice that's got the chocolate on it, it's 280 calories or something, and it's the best high-calorie little
And if you have
cheat in the world.
If you have Cherry Garcia, it has fruit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of,
Rob.
I mentioned yesterday on the call that we ordered from Wingo's, the place down the street.
Yeah, Wingo's.
We ordered lunch.
Wingo's. What?
I ordered a burger the first time with tenders, and Shannon ordered the Caesar salad, right?
All right.
And then
See, the burger with tenders. Look, I'm just living it now, and you're thinner than I am. You will always be thinner than I am. But I'm just telling you, from a burger with chicken tenders, I would have what you ate, and that would be all she wrote for me for the day. I wouldn't be able to have one more meal after that. Well, that's how many calories you're ingesting.
That's the way it should be. Then we called back, and I said, "Oh, look, on their menu they have cheesecake." And we call back.
You're sick. I understand.
We call back, and Shannon's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm calling for cheesecake." And she said, "You just had a full meal like 2 hours ago." I said, "We need dessert."
You need dessert.
Yeah, dessert's great.
I said, I was like, "And I'm sick. Let me just do this."
And pretty soon, his disc won't be the only thing that's bulging.
So I call instead of doing it through the app, and I said, "Sir,
hello."
He said, "Is this Oscar?" I said, "Yes." And I know the guys from there. But
sure.
Different guy.
Yeah.
Because they see a caller ID, they have the number.
They even translate for you when you're hurt and you call up and you sound like this.
That's the cheesecake noise. "Is there something wrong with your order?" Because I just ordered.
You just called?
I said, "No, I'd like to reorder, sir." And they're like, "Reorder?" Yes, 2 cheesecakes, please, with powdered sugar.
2.
Two
Not
slices.
whole
Two
cakes,
slices. No,
just
2
two
slices.
slices of cheesecake. I get it. Yeah.
He says, "That's it?" I said, "That's it." He goes, "And you want it now?" I said, "Yes, I want it now. Please."
Did you have to order 2? Did you have to order 2 to meet the minimum?
No, I ordered 1, and then out of the peanut gallery out of the kitchen says, "I'd like a slice too." After she shamed me earlier,
I want some peach.
There you go.
So we got her one.
She
too.
could eat cheesecakes for 6 years
all
and she
day,
wouldn't
all
gain
day,
any
all
weight.
day.
That's the way
Yeah.
she does it. Well,
But
I'm glad you're
the
feeling
depression and eating is not a good combination. Was not banking on that.
Yeah, and you know what? The powdered sugar seems a bit much.
We'll take a break. Come back with more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show.
There he is.
Caution, ladies and gentlemen, the promo starts now. O'Reilly here. Hey, did you know the Mike O'Mara Show is always
Good
looking
guy.
for interns? Did you know that? Yeah, what a Did you know sweetheart. that? Well, you should. Of course they are. You know, interns, they show up, they get coffee, they help out. You know the drill. And if you're a college kid and you want to get your foot in the broadcast door, just email your resume and a letter of intent to Robb, that's with 2 B's, at MikeO'MaraShow.com. That's Spiewak Kid. He's your liaison. Spiewak! Best of all, every intern at TMOS is treated with respect and class, a professional environment. And if that part doesn't matter to you, I have a podcast too. Come intern at The Factor, where things can get a little handsy. Know what I mean? We'll do it live. There you go. That pissed him off when he heard that, but that's good. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara. Oh, by the way, speaking of interns, I don't make big, lofty claims on this show very often, but you could line our interns up shoulder to shoulder, and you'd be hard-pressed to find one of them that wouldn't say they've enjoyed every minute of interning on this program.
That's true.
And not only have they learned a lot, but they've been part of something that they thought was really special and had some great moments. So that's my little tribute to the internship program on the Mike O'Mara Show. So get your college kids to fill out an application, come in and interview, and we'd love to have them.
And happy birthday today to ex-intern Andreas, who is celebrating a birthday today.
Nice.
Good guy.
Yeah, good guy. Wonderful intern. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Cornerstone First Financial. Interest rates currently sitting at an 8-year high. The chances of them going up again, 10 out of 10. Count on it. Don't wait until it's too late to refi or consolidate debt, shorten a loan term, remove your PMI, do a home improvement, or even get approved for a new purchase. The holidays will be here before you know it. And sometimes when you need to refi or you need a new house or you need to consolidate debt, the interest rates don't matter. You still need to get a good deal, and Cornerstone First Financial are the people to do it. They're going to pay for your appraisal until the end of 2018. That's a $525 value. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, ho.
They guarantee to meet or beat any competitor. Some restrictions apply. So if you're in the market for a refi or a new mortgage, do yourself a favor. Call one of Cornerstone's licensed loan officers and let them discuss your specific situation and options. All credit types are considered, and they are Oscar Santana's back approved.
Yes.
Click their banner on our website. Visit cornerstonefirst.com or call them 202-625-1221 and tell Joe we said hello.
Love
and you'll
Joe.
be in the know. Ho, ho, ho. Cornerstone First Financial, personal attention from application to closing. Here is this is a very important reminder.
Yes.
For our listening audience, if you're out traveling the highways and byways, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we've talked about it on this show quite often. We have become a nation of toddlers. All of us. Grown-ups are now children. It's been reversed. In many cases, the kids are more mature than the adults. I think that's been borne out throughout the year. So be aware that starting this weekend, it begins. You might say, oh, it's Black Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Nope, it starts now. People coming into town. Everybody's excited. Everybody's excited because they think with their land of suck lives out there that this holiday season is somehow going to make things better or different. So they get excited and they don't pay attention and they drive like asshats. All of them. They're all out there trying to get their stuffing, trying to get their little decorative crap that they want to get. They're going to get the consumer effing culture in America has gone so wild, and it begins this weekend, and they're bat-ass crazy, so be careful because people aren't paying attention.
Be prepared.
Yes, Oscar.
Be prepared. Now, if the back survives this week, I will be driving to Boston next week.
No, that's foolish, but can't change what you do. You're going there. You know what? You're going to drive to Boston, huh?
It'll be easy, though, because traffic is light next week.
That is
good time to drive to Boston.
I will be
envy you, my boy.
Look, my sister left for Mexico. She didn't invite us on her trip, so we're going to see my brother and his family in
they'll
Boston.
have a good spread for you.
14 hours
really
the drive?
8 hours. 14 probably during Thanksgiving.
Is it that close to Boston?
It'll be 9 or 10. It'll be 9 or 10. I wish you a safe road
have a
on the
contingency.
New Jersey Turnpike.
I'll be laying in the back of the Volvo. My mom, the dog, and my father will be up front. Shannon will be driving.
As long as you're not driving, I think you could be okay.
I'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
And, of course, the live turkey in a cage, right?
I did say this. I said this to my brother yesterday, not the live one. We sacrificed him before we leave.
Okay.
So, I said, hey, man, I've been watching these commercials for Popeyes, and if they have a Cajun turkey, what about that guy for a Boston Thanksgiving? And he said, do you think Mom's going to go for Popeyes? I said, Mom's not going to know anything. Mom, you can just say, hey, we got the turkey.
Well, you can absolutely trick her.
Well, buy Popeyes is selling a whole fried turkey?
Sure.
They're offering a Cajun turkey if you put your order in.
But it's not the whole bird, right?
It's the whole bird.
I think it's the whole bird in pieces. I think that's how they do it.
See, that's not fun.
But what you should do, Oscar, is you can fool her. If you're in Boston, buy the dinner at Boston Market.
No, I'm not doing that. Boston Market's been overrated for years.
Yeah, but it's so convenient.
Because, look, we usually get our turkey from, I would say, Giant. That's where my mom pre-orders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But we've never done a Boston Thanksgiving. Ever. Ever.
Are Jose and his wife going to be cooking?
Okay, Jose and his wife are both working on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
At the hospital.
So we're going in.
They're ER physicians, right?
Yeah, they're anesthesiologists in the ER, yes.
In the ER,
yes.
okay. So
how did you cut your finger? We'll take care of that.
So they get
off. You're
off.
going to have to take it off. All right, go ahead.
Their call ends around 4:30. So the surprise is, and my brother does not listen to the show, so it doesn't matter. The surprise is for us to drive early.
Right.
Stay in a hotel and then go in like the little elves we are and set up Thanksgiving dinner for
and
them.
Surprise them when they
come home. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. Right. Do you know what would be probably your wisest play? Are you leaving Thanksgiving morning?
Oh, no, we are leaving
crack of dawn Thanksgiving morning is the best time to drive.
No, we are leaving on Wednesday.
All right.
Wednesday, yes.
That's bad.
Probably going to have to do a best of show on Wednesday, considering people are leaving town.
Well, the schedule's been crap since we got back from Las
Vegas.
I'm surprised we're here today.
Yeah.
But hey,
have you considered taking the train?
No, the train.
What did I stutter?
Why would I take a train?
Because you can get to New York in 3 hours, and you can get to Boston in 2.
And you don't deal with
traffic.
Take a
9-hour drive, and you can turn it into 5 hours.
Oh. Do they let dogs on trains?
I believe you would have to check the dog.
Oh man, never mind.
You have anybody that can watch the dog?
Look, man, I've been telling people to take my dog, but Shannon isn't having it.
What about that crazy Nazi Todd Moore? Can he watch your dog?
Why don't you let Pony watch your dog?
No.
Tony, you going to Virginia Beach?
No, I'm going to be in town.
Pony kills animals.
I do. I kill them all.
And people.
All right. We don't have time for this. I'm sorry.
And
I have
dreams.
to move on. To be continued. We have two shows next week we can talk
Is your
about.
sister going to be in town?
Yeah, Kathy's going to be. I believe Kathy's going to be in town.
Is she hosting Thanksgiving?
Yes, she is. I think she is. I'll find out. It might be at my niece's house. No, my niece is down here right now.
Well, if she's not, she's more than welcome. Can I reach out to the Santana Thanksgiving?
I think that their docket is probably full, but call them. I'll double check. I saw her out in Vegas, but I don't know what they're doing. I know that I'm certain. Yeah, my niece is down here. She's going to be down here for Thanksgiving. And I don't know. My head's spinning right now. You take care of it.
And I'd like to apologize.
Right,
I don't think
yes.
Todd Moore is really a crazy Nazi. That was just a joke.
I disagree. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got, it's kind of Oscar's take and kind of news and kind of fun stuff. And we'll do that because that's what we do. And, have fun, everybody. We'll be right back. I'm confused.
This week on the Michael Mara Bonus Show.
How about a sign that says what it's going to be instead of the guessing game and 15 different signs telling us what construction company is building it?
Why don't you put a sign out there one night, but don't tell them there, and say, coming soon, male-centric massage parlor. They'll accept women, but it's male-centric.
I like that. Something that people would really, really, really hate. Yeah. Coming soon, slaughterhouse.
The Michael Mara Bonus Show. Because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at michaelmarashow.com.
Hey, everybody. It's Mike O'Mara for the Uni Pizza Oven. Listen,
Hey!
Thanksgiving. Thank you. Thanks so much. Hi. I don't rarely play to camera, but I will this particular time. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, and you'll hear a lot of talk about pumpkin pie and turkey with all the fixins. But this particular Thanksgiving, have you considered pizza? Yeah. Fire plus pizza equals delicious, and with the Uni Pizza Oven, you can cook a delicious Thanksgiving pizza on your back patio, and you can do it in seconds because the heat is what you can't beat. Uni is the world's first portable wood-fired pizza oven. Now, listen, I'm kidding, of course, because Thanksgiving, everybody's going to do their thing. But you're going to have family there Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe through the weekend. And what a great night it would be to have the whole family enjoy a pizza feast.
Perfect.
Uni is the first world's, or the
How's
world's
this?
first.
First world problems.
Let me start again. First world problems do not exist with the Uni Pizza Oven. I might have to look at my copy.
No, you're fine.
Would you like to get a slice of pie that's just as good as would you get at a restaurant? Sure you would.
A top flight pizzeria?
It's the best pizza you're ever going to taste, and you make it at home. Plus, there are two models to choose from. The Uni 3 heats up to 932 degrees in 10 minutes. Keep the baby away from it. And it's portable. It's the size of a carry-on bag. The Uni Pro, larger pizzas, 932 in 20 minutes, offers a quad fuel function. I use the gas. You can use wood pellets. You can use wood. You can use charcoal. You can use any method of heat that you want. And your Uni isn't just for amazing pizzas. You can sear delicious steaks and roast vegetables as well. For a limited time, Uni is giving our listeners, and they have responded to this offer, 20% off their purchase, a great Christmas gift. Go to uni.com. That's OONI.com. Enter our code TMOS at checkout. That's OONI.com, code TMOS to get your Uni 3 or Uni Pro 20% off. Take advantage now. The offer is only good till midnight on November 18th, so this is literally your last chance. Time is running out. Act now and go loony for Uni, and for the love of God, do not try to put a full 18-pound turkey in there. It won't fit. They don't mind me telling you that at Uni. All right? And by the way, next week on the program, a great tradition that I will hopefully, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
My annual call to the Butterball Turkey Hotline.
Can't wait.
On Tuesday's mailbag, if you're hearing my voice now and you're going to send us a letter, I will take suggestions as to what type of individual you want to hear call the Now, the one thing I will not do the Duck Dynasty Southern thing.
No,
Okay?
that's hack.
So, that's hack, and I don't want to do that, and it's also transparent, but there are a myriad of dialects that I'd be happy to do.
How about
News! Sorry, we're moving on. Thank you. Only a certain amount of time in the day, Rob.
I understand.
Can't help it. We're not doing Oscar's take. We're doing Oscar commenting on the news. And I don't have a kicker, so Oscar, you can comment at will on
be
this.
funny.
Do we still use the divider?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You're listening. You want to do it? We'll do it this way, all right? Do you want to start it with Oscar's
Well, I mean, we
take?
can. It's up to you.
All right,
I
let me
mean-
get the intro. Let's do it this way. I'll do it. I'm fleet of foot. And now, it's time for Oscar's Take, a review and comment on the news of the day that may or may not affect you, as only our Bolivian bloviator can do it. The opinions expressed are solely Oscar Santana's and do not represent the views of the Mike O'Mara Show, its listeners, or the majority of right-thinking citizens of the United States. And now, without further ado, Oscar's Take.
Oscar's Take.
Oscar.
Gentlemen.
Amy Schumer has canceled some shows in Texas because she's been hospitalized with hyperemesis.
Yeah, she looks like she might have that.
Hyperemesis. I'm really trying to read that.
Read it again.
Hyperemesis gravidum.
Lady.
Hen.
Is it hyperestenosis?
Hyperemesis gravidarium.
More like hyper funny, am I right? That lady is a panic.
It's acute morning sickness is what it is.
Oh, okay.
And it involves severe nausea, dizziness, and persistent vomiting. I wouldn't want to be around that room. Amy posted a photo of herself in a hospital, said, quote, I have to reschedule. I'm fine. Baby's fine, but I have hyperemesis. And it blows. Very lucky to be pregnant, but this is some BS. Sending us so much love to the doctors and nurses taking great care of me. And Texas, I'm really, really sorry, and I'll be out there as soon as I'm better. So she's having a little rough pregnancy.
Guys, I have context. As you know, I come from a medical family, and what this essentially is the morning sickness that you usually have in your first trimester lasts throughout your pregnancy, which is terrible for the mother, and it's certainly painful. That doesn't mean the baby won't be a healthy baby once he's born or she's born, but it is something that's
not
serious.
too good for the Schumer toilet either, is it? Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I bet Cousin Chuck has canceled a few visits.
That's for sure. Hey, Senator Schumer. How'd the room smell? I'm sorry.
That being said,
Yeah.
there is something that I hate about this story. It has to do with the obligatory picture of the individual, and this is not just Amy Schumer, it's anybody, in the hospital. Yeah. It's a scream for attention. Can't you just say that you're sick and move on? Am I wrong to think that?
Right. You know what? It's your take, so you can say whatever you want.
Because I've done this in the past. I was in the hospital for one time.
Yes.
And I remember taking a picture.
He was in the hospital for one time.
One time. And I
Hope
remember
she feels better. Yeah.
I remember taking the picture of the IV in my, and I said, what am I doing? I'm not dying.
All about me. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it is. And I just hope she's feeling better, because I bet when she gets out, she'll probably eat some cheesecake too. All right. You're listening to Oscar's Take.
Oscar's Take.
Former American Idol Oscar, Jordan Sparks, she had her first kid back in May. This is continuing on the pregnancy theme, and she wishes someone would have told her to lay off the peppermint gum. She says, quote, don't have any peppermint gum or the next day, or you won't have any breast milk. It dries you up. I had no idea. It was the craziest thing. In case you're curious, she was eventually able to restore her supply. Not sure. I'm not sure how that happened. Some women claim large amounts of strong mints, such as Altoids, will diminish breast milk production. If you're curious, the internet says other bad things include carbonated beverages, caffeine, vitamins B and C, and sage.
Stay away from the stuffing.
Meanwhile, things that can boost production include oatmeal, almonds, chicken, turkey, and grains. And Robb Spiewak's fruitcake.
Of course.
Fellas.
Yeah. Have a slice of that, and you'll feed an army.
Oh, you shoot 10 feet across the room.
Okay, stop it. God. Oh.
You must anticipate before you procreate. These stories...
Is that a couplet? I think
piss
it is.
me off. Because people think just having a baby means, oh, I get pregnant and move on. There is work to be done during that pregnancy. And there is some man or woman that needs to pay for all of that. So anticipate before you procreate.
And you know, the irony of this whole thing is right now Amy Schumer, who's pregnant, really needs a mint.
Right. All right. Hey, let's come up with a name. Rob, let's say now, I want you to lead into the next story. You're listening to Oscar's Take, by the way.
Oscar's Take.
Lead into the next story by going, and now here's sports with Dick David.
And now here's sports with Dick David.
Thank you, Rob. The New Orleans Saints are hosting the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, but they will not be wearing their usual black home jerseys with the gold helmet and pads. Instead, they'll be wearing white. even though it's after Labor Day. The reason is abusing. Back in March. Yes, the reason is abusing. Back in March, Saints coach Sean Payton and Eagles coach Doug Peterson made a bet during a round of golf. It's unclear what the specifics were. However, Payton said it involved him being in water. But the winner would get to rock their home jerseys in New Orleans. And the loser had to make a donation to charity. Peterson won, so the Eagles will be wearing their green home jerseys, and Peyton donated $5,000 to the Autism Challenge in Philadelphia. What'd you take on that, Oscar?
Gentlemen, I love these bets. The idea that there's competition outside of the actual competition on the gridiron is not shocking to me. What I think the Eagles should be worried about is the 52-plus points that the Saints are now putting up against their opponents.
Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, with the addition of Des Bryant, the odds of the Eagles winning this game are slim to none.
I know. I'll tell you something. That Drew Brees, life's a breeze for him.
Thank you, Sports with Dick David.
Thanks, Rob. Now you're listening to more Oscars Take.
Oscars Take.
Oscar, there's a 21-year-old guy named Christopher Precopia in Georgetown, Texas, and in September of last year, he was arrested at his job after his ex said he broke into her house and sliced the letter X into her chest with a box cutter. Christopher was facing, are you ready for this, 99 years in prison on a charge of felony burglary with intent to commit other crimes until he was saved by a selfie. His ex said he attacked her on September 20th, 2017 at around 7:20 p.m., but Christopher was with his family on that day, and at that time, that specific time, about 65 miles away, he was away from his ex's house, and he had a selfie to prove it.
Wow.
He posted the selfie on Facebook, and the timestamps and the geolocation on the picture showed it would have been impossible for Christopher to have committed the crime. It took a long time for him to finally clear his name, but the prosecutors have now dropped all charges. His ex eventually admitted she made up the whole thing because she was still angry at him. So far, she isn't facing any charges for falsely accusing him. I hope so. The cops are investigating her. What's your take?
Fellas,
I know you'll have
this is a clear.
He's chomping to get to
this. Is a
I saw drool.
Dream killer situation.
Yes.
And by dream killer, I mean this: she may have a tight ass, a nice rack, a beautiful face, great hair extensions, but she will kill your dreams eventually.
Yes.
As I will tell little Michael when he's old enough, and we have that talk outside of the talk you have.
Yes.
I'll say, look at that woman. She looks amazing, and she always looks like she's perfect and ready for a selfie. What you should know about that woman is eventually that will fade and you'll be left with what's left. And that is your dreams that have fizzled out because you've been trying to make her happy your entire life.
I'm going to give him permission to have that talk with Michael. That's fine.
Maybe this weekend.
The okay chicks that look good in bad lighting or look bad in good lighting, go with them.
Sure.
You're listening to Oscar's
Take.
Finally, Oscar, I'm not sure I needed science to tell me this, but they did it anyway. When it's cold outside, it makes us want to drink. And a new study out of the University of Pittsburgh is actually the first one to confirm it. The researchers found a direct connection between the weather in a city and the average alcohol intake. It makes sense. When you get drunk, the alcohol increases the blood flow to your skin, which warms you up. But of course, be careful. They also found that people in cold weather climates were more likely to have liver disease. And that's also directly related to alcohol. What's your take on that, Oscar?
Fellas, the idea that you could find a way to warm your body with another substance.
Yeah.
That's survival in my eyes. How dare they judge how we're trying to make it through a cold winter?
Hear, hear.
And God forbid those in Alaska that barely get a chance to see the sun.
No sunlight.
And if they got to drink, let them drink.
Let them drink.
That's absolutely, yeah. Amen, Oscar. Good
Thank
to
you.
have you back with
Oscar's
your bad back.
Take.
It's wonderful. Oscar's Take. We'll take a break, and we have the final, it's usually a good one, the final audio vault of the week with my brother from another mother, Mr. Robb Spiewak, as we're working through our demons each and every day on the Mike O'Mara Show. We'll be right back, everybody.
Oh, it's Paulie. The other day, I got a call from my sweet mother about her microwave being on the fritz. Now, back in the day, I knew a guy that I could get one from the trunk of his car. But now in these modern times, I go to the Mike O'Mara Show website where I clicked on the holiday shopping center banner to shop with the three giants of industry, Macy's.com, Target.com, and Walmart.com, to get my sweet dear mother one of them over there. Now you P1s should go over the same place for your mother and get something nice for her for this holiday season, or you're going to get a lump of coal in your holiday stocking. Capiche?
Yeah.
Now let's get back to the grand poobah of Papa's, Mike O'Mara.
Thank you very much, Paulie Cramden. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Quip. Brushing our teeth every day is one of the most important things we can do for our health, but amazingly, most of us don't do it right. I do, because I use Quip, and my dentist loves me. Quip is the better electric toothbrush. I'll never forget when I got the report from my last cleaning and said, oh my God, for a man your age, your gums look great. Thank you.
Dazzling gingiva, Mike. Dazzling gingiva.
Thank you, Dr. Debbie. Quip is the better electric toothbrush created by dentists and designers to make brushing your teeth simpler, more affordable, and more enjoyable. Quip features sensitive sonic vibrations that are gentle enough for even sensitive gums, not abrasive like some electric toothbrushes. They're good for you. Quip also has a built-in timer, pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when it switches sides, and up to 90% of us don't brush for a full 2 minutes, and Quip makes sure you do that. Plus, brush heads are automatically delivered every 3 months, just like your dentist recommends, for only $5. So you'll never be using bristles that are old, worn out, and effective. It looks great. You put it up on the mirror. I love it. I love it. I use Quip because it guarantees that I'm brushing my teeth the right way every day. That's why I love Quip, and that's why they're backed by over 20,000 dental professionals. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/TMOS right now, you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/TMOS. Without further ado, let's open the audio vault for Friday, October 16th. 2018, and I know he's going to talk about Roy Clark from Hee Haw, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's the theme.
Welcome to Hee Haw, starring Buck Owens and Roy Clark.
Never has a show looked worse on DVD, because I have some Hee Haw DVDs, and you see that they've literally just painted the floor green. There's no grass.
This was one of your friends, right?
Yeah, I love Hee Haw.
What was
you
the
spent
premise
time
of
with
Hee Haw?
him.
I never spent time with him.
I know the premise of it. I probably know it better than you do,
Go ahead,
Rob, because
please.
I'm older. The premise of Hee Haw was it was the Middle America country version of Laugh-In.
Precisely.
They wanted a counter to the show, the comedy show.
I'm sorry.
Let's go right now.
That they wanted a counter to the East Coast, West Coast version of Laugh-In, which was kind of for the hipsters in the big cities, and they wanted a country-style version. It was the country and Western version of Laugh-In.
But it was a national show.
It started on CBS.
It
started on CBS, and they did what I think it was in 1971 or 2. CBS did what was called the Rural Purge, because Bill Paley, who was running CBS, his wife was at a party, and someone said, "Your husband runs the network that has all those country shows." And so even though Laugh-In and the Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres were all still ratings dominant, they canceled them to restore the image of CBS. But the thing is that Hee Haw had only been on for 2 or 3 years, went on for a 30-year run in syndication.
What about Little House on the Prairie?
Little House on the Prairie was NBC. And that was also
later. Was it the same type of programming?
No. This was a variety show that focused on bad jokes and country music. Really top-of-the-line country music. Like the Carol Burnett show? No, not really. Laugh-In is what's closer.
Earlier.
Yeah, it's closer to Laugh-In with like quick jokes, fast jokes, character-driven comedy, and then really
a variety show.
A variety show indeed with top-of-the-line country music
performances. And Roy Clark. There's a great video on YouTube. With Roy Clark. God, it's a fantastic video. It's Glenn Campbell playing what's the hit that I played the day he died? Oh my God, I'm breaking
Galveston?
No.
Wichita lineman?
Wichita, no. It's Gentle
on My Mind.
Gentle on My Mind. And Roy Clark is there, and I think Waylon Jennings is there, and they're all watching Glenn Campbell. And it's a great video, not to hear Roy Clark play, but to look at Roy Clark's face when Glenn's playing that.
Yeah.
And first and foremost, before anything else, before a TV personality, Roy Clark was a brilliant guitar player.
I'm glad
That's
you
what
brought
his
that
claim
up.
to fame was.
He is born in Virginia. He grew up in Washington, D.C., and got his start in local television. Here's a few examples of some of the music he plays, and what I said before stands. Hee Haw was about bad jokes and the best country music out there. Now, you don't have to like country music to appreciate this talent. This is Roy's biggest hit.
Yesterday, when I was young, so many...
He's a fine singer. He's okay, but when you hear what he does on the banjo and the guitar coming up...
Across all of the entertainment shows.
Here's the real stuff right here. This is Roy Clark playing this.
He was called Lightning Fingers.
And if there's one knock that I have on Hee Haw, they did not feature Roy Clark's talent enough.
You're right.
I could have heard Roy Clark on every episode. I could have heard him do something like that on every episode, but that's not what America wanted.
Across all of your TMZs, your Access Hollywood, when you're on the floor, you watch a lot of television and you read a lot of emails.
Yes.
When I would say that the impact on me, Hee Haw, I have no reference except for the way that people held him in regard and the way they talked about him on these shows.
Good person. Good guy.
Pretty impressive after all these years in this world of digital and what's old is old and out, for people to take a moment and talk about a man that clearly made an impact.
As recent as like 2 or 3 years ago, they had him open the CMAs. With another Licorice Hat guy. You see, and here's the thing. I don't know who the Licorice Hat guy is, but I mean Roy
That's
Clark.
so diminishing another Licorice Hat guy.
But they brought him out, and to listen to that theater explode, because if not for his generation and Hee Haw and bringing country music, he paved the way.
Look, I'm not a country guy. I was raised in New England, so I didn't have a real frame of reference on country, but I became a radio personality on country stations, and I kind of got into it there. But I will tell you something. There is no artist that I revere more in country music than Ricky Skaggs. Yeah. And Ricky Skaggs is out of that same kind of Roy Clark mold, a bluegrass guy, but Ricky Skaggs in Kentucky Thunder, he is on my list to see live at some point before I die. I want to see him. Roy Clark, the same thing, just that talent. The guys that could fly on the banjo and the guitar, it's mad respect for the guys that are able to do that. I love that.
So safe home, Roy Clark. I think it was complications based on pneumonia. He passed at 85. The Oxford Dictionary has revealed the word of the year, and I grow tired of these unless I can do something with them. So I did something with it. The word of the year, toxic.
The Oxford word of the year 2018 is toxic. Toxic is defined as poisonous, and ultimately has its origins in the Greek toxicum pharmacum, meaning poison for arrows.
See, if the Oxford Dictionary marketed the word that way, I might be more into it.
Still a hit.
So
that song is still a hit in my eyes.
But it also reminded me of something that we played some time ago, where the whining dog sounds like he's singing the song Toxic. And so when you put that dog over the song Toxic... Okay, I didn't want to play a best of, but just when Toxic is on my mind, I have to play that tape. That's a favorite. Michelle Obama is great because she's funny, and they did this thing on the Kimmel Show where they made her read a list of things that the First Lady never says. And I get the impression from this. Go ahead, Oscar.
Can I call my shot real quick?
Yeah.
She's going to run.
You think she's going to run?
I have a gut. She's going to run.
Wow. That would be fascinating. That would be interesting. You didn't see me go, no, like that, because nobody in America would do that.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? You should book Oscar on Political Persuasions to discuss this.
Now,
very good.
As I saw her with their multiple interviews, I said, there is no better time.
Oh, she is, and she's so good at it. She's so good.
Nice.
This thing that she does here, and her husband could help her out.
That's interesting.
This is funny. I get the impression, unless she is a really good actress, it sounds to me like she's reading these for the first time, and that makes her reactions real. So here's Michelle Obama with a list of things the First Lady never says.
I've never eaten a vegetable.
I knew it. Here's another one.
That's not true. The whole 8 years we were in the White House, we used Laura Bush's Netflix password. Laura, sorry. Send me the bill. I'm not sure which one's Sasha and which one's Malia.
That's funny.
I stole the phrase, when they go low, we go high, from the back of a Snapple cap.
So I thought that was pretty good.
That's good stuff.
And I
like
saved
that.
this for last, Mike, because I know you like announcers. You like sports announcers that love their job.
Sure.
They were doing a basketball tournament in Argentina. And there is an American player who was playing in this Argentinian basketball tournament. His name is Dar Tucker. D-A-R Tucker.
Okay.
And this Argentinian announcer loves the name Tucker.
Juega sin con el penca. Con 10 segundos. La tiene el santiagueño. Cosolito que se cruzaba. Tucker, 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 Tucker. Triple de Tucker. Dar jugando con el Penca Aguirre. El Penca con Mata. 90-90. Primer juego de la serie de cuartos de final. 45 segundos finales. ¡Tucker! Cruza la mitad de la cancha. Se la va a jugar a defender. O resta que la tiene. Ahí va Tucker. Tucker, 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 Tucker. Para adentro los echó Tucker. Doble, 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 doble de Tucker y además.
I have no idea what he's saying, but I love it. He loves
And Tucker becomes Tucker.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Tucker, oh my God, another one in the car. Huh? Thanks for joining us for the Mike O'Malley Show. Huh? Hey, if you got a message you'd like to hear in the Tuesday mailbag, send it to Robb with Tobias at MikeO'MalleyShow.com. Hey, the holiday season's upon us, huh? Check out the big shopping center we got for you, huh? Lots of specials coming up with the Black Friday.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah, MikeO'MalleyShow.com. All right, Macy's, that's a good one, huh? How about that? You think Christmas, think the Macy's. Hey, go MikeO'MalleyShow.com. You got a Macy's thing there. You click on it, you find out the specials. They're great. They're killings, it says. They don't make no profit with that. They sing so good. They got Target and Walmart too. It's all three, the big three, Christmas time. All right. What is the ammo? Wow, you don't need that anyway. This is good. That's it. Tucker, double.
For Oscar Santana and Rob Spiewak, this is Mike O'Mara thanking you for your continued amazing support for the best part of your day, the Mike O'Mara Show. Have a nice weekend. Be careful. There are idiots among us, and they're driving badly because it's before a holiday. Have a nice weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show was made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MalleyShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.